Is AI drastically changing the job market? Yes. However, the headlines and scare tactics leave out one key point. For every job being impacted, there is as many new jobs being created or improved, and we are going to show you how to protect yourself. Stay with me, I'll break them down. You have probably seen the headline, AI will replace 300 million jobs. That sounds terrifying, right? Goldman Sachs estimated that generative AI could expose the equivalent of 300 million full-time jobs to automation in major economies. So when you hear the number with no context, it is easy to think the whole world of work is collapsing. But here is the part almost nobody tells you. The same technology changing some jobs is also creating new ones. And you do not need to be a programmer or tech genius to benefit from it. If you are feeling scared about AI, that is not a bad sign. It means you are paying attention. In the next 12 minutes, I will cover the 5 things you need to start doing immediately to squash those fears and ready yourself. Every time a big new technology shows up, people predict the end of work. Whether it was computers, the internet, or smartphones, they all triggered the same fear. Yes, jobs changed. Some disappeared, but new ones appeared as well. Think about it. 20 years ago, the title, social media manager, was not a job. App developer was barely a thing. Today, those are normal careers. AI is the next version of that story. So where does that leave you? The truth is, AI is mainly changing how we do our work, not deleting every job overnight. It goes after tasks, not whole humans. It will take the boring, repetitive pieces of a role, while humans focus more on judgment, relationships, and creativity. The first thing you need to do is get really clear on what AI can actually do to your job and what it cannot touch. The World Economic Forum estimated that by 2025, around 85 million roles could be displaced, but about 97 million new roles could be created. So the story is not robots take all the jobs. It is jobs get reshuffled and new opportunities appear for people who adapt. The biggest mindset shift is this. AI replaces tasks, not whole humans. Your job is a bundle of tasks. Some are easy for software, some are hard, some are almost impossible. Think of your work in 3 buckets. Bucket 1, highly automatable tasks. Copying data, renaming files, cleaning spreadsheets, formatting the same document over and over. Bucket 2, partially assistable tasks. Research, brainstorming, first drafts, summarizing long documents. You are still in charge, but the machine can speed you up. Bucket 3, deeply human tasks. Trust, leadership, judgment, empathy. Calming an angry customer. Coaching a teammate, or even reading the room in a meeting. Use those categories to help you sift through the signal from the noise. Let me make this real. If you are an office worker, AI can draft emails, summarize meeting notes, and turn a messy list into a clean report. But it cannot know your company politics, your boss's preferences, or the tension between 2 teams. So here is a quick exercise you can do later today. List 5 to 10 things you do in a normal day, then ask, is this highly automatable, AI-assisted, or deeply human? You will probably notice your work is a mix. Some tasks are clearly bucket 1, some are bucket 3, and a lot sit in the middle where AI can help, but you still make the decisions. The safest part of your career is in that 3rd bucket, the deeply human tasks. You can grow that area by building more judgment, creativity, leadership, and empathy. The second thing you must be able to do is spot those skills that AI will struggle to replace. The safest place in the job market is not some magic industry or perfect job title. It is inside your own human skills, the ones that are hard for AI to copy. So how do you find your own unautomatable skills? Let us do a quick self-check. First question, when do people come to you for help? Is it, can you explain this to me? That is communication and teaching. Is it, can you help me sort this mess out? That is the ability to organize chaos along with problem solving. Is it, I just needed someone to talk to? That is empathy and emotional support. Those strengths rarely show up cleanly in a job description, but they are exactly what makes you really valuable on a team. Second question, what parts of your current job or school life require trust? If you work in retail, maybe regular customers look for you because you remember details and know how they like things. An AI can answer product questions, but it cannot make someone feel genuinely seen. For example, if you are an administrative assistant, you are not just scheduling meetings, you are managing personalities, anticipating needs, and sensing what should not be put in the same room at the same time. Here is a simple way to capture this. Tonight, write down 3 moments from the last week where you helped someone and it felt natural. Then ask, what was I actually doing here that AI could not do well on its own? Was it calming nerves before a big call? Perhaps noticing that a message felt off and softening the language? Mixing knowledge from 2 different areas to solve a problem in a way that felt intuitive? This is how you start seeing yourself not as a bundle of tasks, but as a uniquely human problem solver. The third thing you must shift to is knowing what skills you need to plug AI in right beside you. I like to think of AI as a co-pilot, not an autopilot. It sits next to you in the cockpit. It helps you navigate. It does not fly the plane for you. Even AI agents need a human in the loop most of the time. If you can type a sentence, you can start using AI today. Think of 3 simple categories of prompts. First, help me understand prompts. If something is confusing, type, explain what a sales funnel is for a small bakery like I'm 15 years old. Summarize this email from my boss and tell me the 3 most important points. You are not cheating, you are learning faster. Second, drafting and polishing messages. If you are staring at a blank screen, paste a rough draft and ask, rewrite this email so it sounds friendly and professional, but still like a real person. Turn these bullet points into a short summary I can read in a meeting. By doing that, you'll quickly find that AI can become your built-in editor. You are still the author. Third, brainstorming ideas. Ask, give me 5 ideas to improve customer experience in a small clothing shop, low budget. Suggest 10 ways I can be more helpful to my manager as an administrative assistant. Give me 7 low-cost ideas to make our regular customers feel more valued. AI gives you options. You decide what is useful. If you use those 3 patterns this week, you will already be ahead of most people in how effectively you use AI. Quick safety note. Do not paste private or sensitive information into any AI tool unless you know the policy. If in doubt, remove names and details. The 4th critical task is to use AI for something that can change your life faster, getting a better job. A lot of people think job searching is just writing a resume, sending it off, and hoping. AI can turn that into a targeted, repeatable system. You can paste your experience and a job description into AI and ask it to rewrite your bullets to match the role while keeping everything honest. It might turn a vague line into something stronger and more specific. Then you read every line, fix anything that feels off, and make sure it still sounds like you. If you want to go even deeper into the AI skills to up-level your resume, be sure to watch the episode linked at the end of this video, and please like and subscribe. AI can also help with cover letters. Try this prompt. Using this resume and this job description, draft a friendly 1-page cover letter for this role. Highlight my customer service, problem solving, and ability to learn new tools quickly. Make it sound human and not overly formal. You are still the editor. Add 1 or 2 real details and cut anything cheesy. Now, what about interviews? AI can become your practice partner. You can say, based on this job description, what are 5 questions I should be ready for? And what are strong points I should mention from my background? That turns the job description into a cheat sheet for what to emphasize. One warning, never copy AI output without reading it. If it adds tools you have not used or numbers you cannot back up, delete them. You want AI to polish your story, not fabricate one. Finally, let's zoom out and think bigger. Not just landing the next job, but building an AI-proof career over the next few months. To get there without overwhelm, we are going to use a simple 3-phase plan. Phase 1, explore and experiment. Pick 1 or 2 AI tools and touch them every week. Use AI to rewrite an email, summarize a document, or brainstorm ideas. If you are in retail, ask for 5 simple ideas to make customers feel more welcome. Do not overthink it. Your goal is to get comfortable, not perfect. Phase 2, deepen one skill. Choose one skill that matters for your work, like Excel, writing, customer communication, design, or even organizing projects. Ask AI for a 4-week learning plan with tiny daily exercises. Then follow it for 15 minutes a day, 3 to 5 days a week. You do not have to design the system yourself. You just have to follow it. Phase 3, show your value. Turn what you have learned into something visible. If you are in an office, use AI to improve a report and show your manager the difference. If you are job hunting, build a tiny portfolio with AI help and finish a few small projects you can actually show. By the end, you will have 3 things: hands-on experience with AI, a skill that is better than it was, and proof that you can use AI to create better results. None of this requires you to be a programmer. It only requires small, consistent steps. In this episode, you went from vague fear to clear understanding. You learned that AI replaces tasks, not whole human beings. You mapped the work you do into repetitive, assisted, and deeply human tasks. You also identified your human advantages. Then we turned AI into your co-pilot. You saw how prompts like, "help me understand," or "give me a step-by-step plan," can turn a confusing topic into a clear path. Instead of staring at a blank resume, you now know how to match your experience to a job description. Instead of dreading interviews, you can rehearse with AI and walk in more confident. And most importantly, you have a plan. You are no longer standing on the outside of the future looking in. You are already inside it. The future is not AI versus you. It is AI with you, powered by your curiosity, your kindness, your judgment, and your willingness to keep learning. If this helped you make sense of where AI is actually going, do 2 things. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next episode, and drop your questions in the comments. We'll see you next time.